Alright, so this is the fifth and final deciding game of this best of 5 series between Mentalist and HappyHappy. We have Mentalist towards the left-hand side of the map in blue, playing as Huns, and we have HappyHappy in red towards the right-hand side, also playing as Huns. As for the map, it looks like it is a Desert Arabia once again. HappyHappy has his restart available. Excuse me, I think my brother is shouting for this game, so he can call the re if he really wants to, but I'm gonna have a quick look at his map. He has this massive hill at the front with his main gold on it as well, so that's pretty crap. But on the other hand, his wood line is nice and safe towards the back. He's got that stone pile in the back as well, and his berries are quite close to his TC. So with an open map like this, he could go for the tower on top of that hill and then wall off a little the rest of his map, and he'll be quite safe actually. So not a terrible map for him, especially given that it's Desert Arabia. If we're going to have a look at Mentalist's map quickly as well, he's got wood towards the back, berries towards the back, main gold is towards the front, and both stone piles forward. I think that once HappyHappy sees both of the stone piles forward, even if he wanted to call the re originally, he won't, and he's going to run into the town center here. And there's a pause. No, Mentalist doesn't even notice. He doesn't get any damage on that scout. That is so unfortunate for Mentalist. A bit of a slow reaction, maybe due to lag there from Mentalist. HappyHappy, on the other hand, has not found his boar yet. Mentalist knows exactly where the boar is. He's going to chase that scout down. I think, keep an eye on it. Make sure that he doesn't steal the boar. There is a boar in the back that Mentalist is going to find now. And, okay, so HappyHappy doesn't get anything out of that. He did want to go for the early boar steal, and he has found the sheep there. He's already gotten one, so I'm not sure why he's just collected one sheep there. And should be able to bring his own boar in nice and safely now, no problem. And the first boar at the front being taken by Mentalist now. HappyHappy unable to stop that from happening. And his own second boar does not see it. Okay, so not the best start for him, but decides not to call the restart. So we're coming up to 4 minutes, no re from HappyHappy, and now he can't call it either. Alright, and now we have the scout from Mentalist pushing the deer in towards the town center. This is live, yes. Well, you know, Nero, maybe we'll have a see. Look and see. I mean, you've been hosted after every stream for the past, I don't know, couple of streams, so maybe. We'll see. Alright, now HappyHappy finding the rest of his sheep. Has collected that sheep at the front as well, and now milling the berries. And looks like he's going to push some of his own deer in towards the TC. Nice for him. Mentalist is 1 bill behind since he's gotten loom nice and early for the boar lures, and it looks like with his build he wants to go for scouts. 3 on wood, not really enough for men-at-arms. And for HappyHappy, well, 4 on wood. Can still go forward, can be aggressive with this kind of build. He can also just go for the 22 pop scouts. Depends on how he wants to play this. And bringing in his second boar, gotta be careful. That Ville's taking quite a bit of damage and will be just fine. Going to let that sheep rot a little though. And now pushing in the second deer towards his town center. Mentalist not able to get much. Now just going to scout out his enemy a little bit. I'm gonna chat off to stop that from happening. Alright, but this hill at the front of HappyHappy's base is going to be crucial for Mentalist. If he can control this hill, that's going to cause a lot of trouble for HappyHappy. That's going to take him off of his gold piles. If you look at it, all 3 gold piles in one area, and all 3 having that hill area. So if I were Mentalist, I would definitely consider going forward this game, taking HappyHappy off of gold completely, and it also has the option for him to control these vills on the berries as well. Alright, so we see HappyHappy walling off a little bit. Nice efficient palisade there. Not sure what that vill is doing. He has to be a little careful though. No loom yet. And he's finally getting loom now. Mentalist actually going to click up on 21 pop, so he's going for the scouts. And HappyHappy gonna click up 1 villager later, and with 5 seconds of delay as well. So what's he gonna go for? That's the question. 22 pop, could be men-at-arms, could be scouts. He has quite a few options. It looks like he's going for scouts. Nope, that's a barracks coming up already. Well, given the timing, it should be scouts. There are no caster commands right now because we have a lot of casters working on Vibly Official, but if you look at the title of the stream, it should have my game name at the very least. Alright, so we see Mentalist now heading home. What's the plan? We see the barracks coming up for him as well, so it should be scouts. Well, with a build like this, it's pretty much expected. As for the barracks placement, I don't love it. I understand that he doesn't want it too far away, just in case it gets denied, maybe by HappyHappy Scout coming in, which he lost sight of, but on the other hand, his main goal is quite far forward. He wants military buildings in front of it, just to protect that gold later on. As for HappyHappy, the barracks is a little bit better. He's going to want to drop more military buildings towards the front later on, and it is somewhat on the hill, so it could be worse, could be better. That's stable though. Once again, it just feels like he doesn't want it to get denied, but I don't like the position of it. I suppose these archery ranges are going to come up forward later on in the game anyway, and maybe that's just the plan. He does have the defensive spearman out already. Is Mentalist going for that? No, no spearman for Mentalist, opting instead to go for horse collar. So a more eco-intensive build for Mentalist, and a safer build for HappyHappy, because he knows how vulnerable this hill on the left-hand side of his base is. Both players in Feudal Age, so that Scout Scuffle could go either way. Mentalist choosing to take this fight uphill though. He does have an extra Scout coming in, but that's still not a great fight to take in. HappyHappy gonna take the free damage and get out of there. He's gonna lure these Scouts back to the hill where he has his own Scouts as well as the Spearman, and Mentalist is going to lose more than he gains by doing this. Gotta be careful now. And running away with his Scouts now. So HappyHappy not gonna chase that, just gonna stay at home, play it safe. Why the name Nonsensical? I'm not sure, it just popped into my mind, I guess. And most other names were taken. I kinda like the idea of it. And now we see HappyHappy walling himself in. I'm not too sure I like this play at all. It means it keeps him safe from the scouts of Mentalist, but on the other hand, he's walled his main gold and both of his secondary gold piles out. That means that he's going to have to drop a tower forward to keep this main gold safe later on in this game, running past the 3 scouts of Mentalist, but he is fully walled back at home, so he will be perfectly safe. On the other hand, Mentalist, does he have any spearmen? He has 1 spearman guarding his woodline and berries, and another one for the woodline at the back. 1 spear's just not enough against 5 scouts, though. A little bit of micro, and those scouts will do absolutely nothing. HappyHappy gonna keep the wall open, has the 2 spears right at the front, guarding that opening for his base, and now we're gonna see him head into the back of Mentalist's base with those 5 scouts. Second spearman heading to the woodline at the back. HappyHappy's gonna spot that out, and he's gonna take the fight with the 1 spearman, and he's gonna clear up the first one. Unfortunately, does not take a... Oh, that micro was not great. He's going to clear up 2 spearmen, but he's going to lose 3 scouts, and that is not a good trade for him. Now going for the gold at the front, looks like he did lose a scout there to the scouts of Mentalist, and his spearmen aren't quite in position, but Mentalist's going to run away with those 3 scouts for now. It's Conquest, yes. Generally is. And now we see him dropping the archery range forward, but he's got to protect that villager with the spearman, and we see immediately the spearman moving forward. They're going to be a little late, but that's just going to mean that his archery range gets delayed. HappyHappy almost taking some damage from the spearman, wants to get that vill. He really wants that villager. He doesn't get it. He goes back for it, and then he's going to lose a scout for it. Nope. Manages to get away with that single scout. In the meantime, Mentalist just hanging around with the scouts. He did invest less into scouts than HappyHappy though. And HappyHappy gonna go for another vill pick. Gotta be careful fighting this uphill and next to a spearman. Alright, so now we see Mentalist grouping his scouts together, and that's going to mean that he's gonna have a much stronger army soon. He's going to have archers as well as those scouts, and HappyHappy really needs a tower. He really needs a tower at the front of his gold right now. If he plays it greedy and doesn't get a tower, that's just going to cost him the game. He's got 2 spearmen, but he doesn't have any archers out yet. He doesn't have anything defending that main gold on top of the hill. Alright, so he does have those 2 spears, but against that number of scouts, like I said, not enough. And it looks like, there we go, there's the tower, but it's a little late. And that's why he needed the tower earlier. He goes for the quick wall off. He will get the tower somehow. But Bloodline's already complete on those scouts from Mentalist, and he's even going to wall himself in completely back at home as well. So the tower complete, making more spearmen just to deal with these Bloodline scouts, but with that full wall off coming back up here, where he had that opening, he is now nice and safe. So nice fast reaction from HappyHappy, saving his ass, only just. And we'll complete the second archery range. He did end up forfeiting an archer and a couple of skirms, but no big deal for him. Still has 2 villagers garrisoned up in that tower that he probably wants to get back to work, and clicking up to Castle Age since he made less scouts in the end than Mentalist, who did go for the extra scouts as well as the Bloodlines upgrade. So with the 4 spearmen out in force, I don't think Mentalist wants to take this fight. He's going to lose quite a lot of those scouts if he does. But now clicking up to Castle Age himself, less than a minute, about 30 seconds after HappyHappy, who still has those 2 idols sitting inside that tower, which he really should consider ungarrisoning still. But at least the archery ranges and that palisade wall. Oh, that palisade wall. Is he gonna get it up in time? Yes, he'll get the wall up, and going for the blacksmith now as well. So a delayed blacksmith coming out from HappyHappy. Not the biggest deal in the world. It looks like Mentalist's gonna have 7 archers there. Not going to be able to do too much against this main gold from HappyHappy, given the wall off as well as the tower coming up. Is HappyHappy even making units? He's not making units. So he's decided to go straight into Cav Archers in Castle Age, dropping his 3rd archery range, just continuing to wrap around that main gold pile, which, like I said earlier, just so vulnerable right now. But that tower position from him does mean that there's going to be oversaturation on this main gold pile for him. Can't really, no place to drop a good second mining camp. So it's going to be quite inefficient. Does have fletching on the way finally, and we see Mentalist now spreading those scouts out. No longer very useful for fighting, but great for scouting out the map. Keeping an eye on what HappyHappy is doing, maybe thinking that he might be able to catch some villagers out when he goes across the map to build some extra TCs, that kind of thing. So, making the most of the units that he does have. Now in Castle Age himself, we're seeing a mining camp come up for HappyHappy. No extra town centers as of yet, thanks to the fact that he did have to drop that tower in his main gold. And it's going to be a lot of crossbows for Mentalist though. Very hard for HappyHappy to deal with this number of crossbows. Still palisade walls across the map, and all these lumberjacks going to be in a lot of trouble since he didn't go for the wood line towards the back. He's going to have to move them soon, and he might lose quite a lot as well to these 11 crossbows heading across the map from Mentalist. I think he caught sight of it, but not responding fast enough to it. So they are going to be able to find. Oh, he sees it. He has to have seen it. He saw it, and now he's moving his vills, and he's going to wall off as well. So, stone wall there at the front. I don't like this lumber camp at all. This lumber camp, it feels like a waste. He has to know that he's got the wood line in the back, and that surely Mentalist is just going to go around. That is a terrible lumber camp. Anyway, on the other side of the map, looks like he did manage to pick off some cav archers there and scouts from Mentalist, but here we go. That's exactly why he shouldn't have built. I understand what he's thinking. He doesn't want to idle those vills at the front and build a lumber camp too far away, but that is a pretty terrible lumber camp. Alright, in the meantime, we see him now into the back of Mentalist space and potentially able to do a bit of damage, but there are cav archers following him around, so he's got to be careful. Gonna get maybe 1 or 2 vills, but on the other hand, he's gonna be in so much trouble back at home with those crossbows coming in. His entire wood line gonna be in trouble. Gonna have to retreat now, and there's the idle time that he didn't want, but he's gonna get anyway. Might even lose some vills for it as well. Gonna lose his cav archers at the front. This is looking really, really bad for him. In fact, this could be the end of the game. He doesn't have the army to deal with the crossbows. He doesn't have wood either. He can't even get a lumber camp. This is over. Okay, so he's sending all his vills to one straggler. And now he's getting harassed at his main gold as well. Now he still doesn't have the wood from that straggler to build a lumber camp. And it looks like Mentalist about to take this series if HappyHappy continues to play this way. Unluckily, and luckily for HappyHappy rather, Mentalist decides not to go back to that wood line and camp, and he's going to lose all his crossbows now. So HappyHappy going to be behind, but not critical damage yet. A lot of damage done, but not critical just yet. Alright. He can still make a bit of a recovery. Let's see how he goes from here. He does now have the stone for TC, but no wood. And he's going to re-wall there. And make sure that Mentalist can't come in. But Mentalist is going to find those vills at the forward lumber camp once again pretty soon. He's sending his cav archers across the map. HappyHappy going aggressive once again. He hasn't been able to keep up cav archer production during the raid, but now he started it up again. And he just has to keep HappyHappy off of wood, and this game is his completely. Already a town center up for Mentalist on his main gold. That's going to keep it nice and safe. A secondary town center up on the wood line as well. And HappyHappy still with all those idols and dropping 2 towers now on the wood line. That's how desperate he is. And tower's not going to get complete. He's gonna get the tower. He's gonna get the tower, he's gonna pay for it with a lot of villagers it seems. And not even all of the vills will fit in the towers. Now the vill difference creeping up to 14 in favor of Mentalist. He's going to probably clear up this army from HappyHappy there on top of the hill as well. But he is taking a fight uphill, which is not the most efficient. In the meantime, I don't even know what to say about HappyHappy. Why not take the wood here? Why does he insist on going for this wood line at the front? I mean, in the short term it means a bit of a wood shortage, but in the long term he can wall off in towards his town center, keep these vills at the back very safe. He was taking stone anyway, so I guess he didn't want the lumber camp because he wanted the town center there. And while that makes sense in the long run, it's going to cost him the game, ultimately. Alright. So we now see the cav archers from HappyHappy heading back around, but military numbers firmly in favor of Mentalist. Vill count firmly in favor of Mentalist. He will lose all this army now at the front, and it's likely that that will be the game. I know I said it before, but you know, I really feel like the game is over already because, well, is he gonna win this fight? He shouldn't win this fight. Mentalist didn't really position his cav archers that well for this fight, so he lost more than he should have. I mean, even now he's fighting uphill. I don't know why he's fighting uphill, but he still has that cav archer army just in the back of HappyHappy's base, and look at all the idle time. He's down to 37 villagers, 6 idling, 11 army. This army finally going to get cleared up. He's sending more reinforcements, but it's too little too late. And down goes the army. He has no way of dealing with these cav archers at this point in the game. And back to the wood line. Alright. So the vill count now, 30 vills in favor of Mentalist. HappyHappy is back to feudal age vill count. Pretty horrendous map. I really felt like he should have called the with that map, with all 3 gold piles in this area, and, well, much of this could have been avoided if he went for the woodline in the back and just walled in towards this town center. But unfortunately, not what he's going for, not what he went for rather, and now he's trying to go for the siege workshop. Mentalist with nice positioning for his cav archers on top of that hill. Nice runners for HappyHappy. Going to help out a little bit. I think he should be able to clear this up. Those spearmen are doing a pretty good job tanking the damage, and he will have his own cav archers coming in to reinforce, as well as that runner. So better micro from him. Mentalist just throwing some units away at HappyHappy there. But on the other hand, Mentalist with the 3 town centers getting so far ahead in terms of economy. This is just... HappyHappy needs a miracle at this point. It's 112 units, or population, to 50. That's a really big difference. We're seeing the Siege Workshop coming up for Mentalist as well, to play even more aggressive, with the battering ram coming out to take down the forward Siege Workshop from HappyHappy, as well as more archery ranges. He's going to have his 4th archery range out, and as long as he masses those cav archers together, he can go for the direct fight now. He doesn't really need to raid. Looks like he wants to raid once again with those cav archers heading around the left-hand side, while he's got some reinforcing that ram at the front as well. He's got enough army to do both. And we're seeing the ram from HappyHappy as well. Better micro there for the ram from HappyHappy, but he does have 2 rams coming in for Mentalist there, and that ram from HappyHappy will go down pretty quickly. In the meantime, those cav archers going to double back from Mentalist, take the top of the hill, and HappyHappy needs to get all of his cav archers to the top of the hill. Now Mentalist needs to move forward with all those cav archers. Thumb ring on the way for Mentalist. There's no way HappyHappy has thumb ring already. Not with that economy. And actually, Mentalist, why did he move off the top of the hill? And now even we see a ram coming out for HappyHappy. So this is not a bad fight for HappyHappy. Just better control and positioning from him. I'm not sure what Mentalist is doing. Mentalist should easily take this fight. He's got more units, and he's got more rams. He just chooses to fight uphill too much, I think. Could have ended the game a little earlier, but there we go. There's the G from HappyHappy. About to lose his entire army, and no way of stopping this push from Mentalist to control the hill with all the gold. Alright, so let's have a quick look at achievements. 79 killed to 70 lost, 41 to 21 largest army. And in terms of economy, more food, more wood, and more gold for Mentalist. A little bit more stone for HappyHappy. Not too much to talk about there. And 91 to 46 Vil high. So more than, almost double the number of villagers for Mentalist compared to HappyHappy. Alright, and that takes the series to 3-2 in favor of Mentalist, who is right now should be topping his group because Tim can't play. So I assume if they take away all of the games that Tim played and all the points there, it'll actually be... I'm not too sure what happens there. I mean, it makes it a maximum of 12 points, and in that case it's actually in Mentalist's favor, because he's sitting on 14 points right now. If they give 3 points to Riot just because Tim's not playing, he will be dead even with Mentalist, both players sitting on 14 points, and they will advance to the next round. As for Slam, unfortunately, having played all 5 games, is sitting only on 11 points, and along with HappyHappy, Mentalist, MBL rather, and Tim, who can't play and has resigned basically, they will not make it to the next round.